today? Well, we have sold the bongo. I've got rid of the bongo. We decided we needed something a bit bigger, something we could stand up in easily, where we hadn't got to pop the top. So we've got something new. Bought this hoping that it would be straight on the road, no issues, nothing to do. Wasn't planning on doing any videos on it because we were just going to use it. But as usual, there's lots to do. So I'll show you what we've bought. I'll give you a quick tour around it and tell you what I've done to it and what needs doing to it. And hopefully we're gonna go away and spend some weekends away in it and have some good times. We have already been away this weekend. As you can see, I've got a bit of a tan, a bit of a burn, to be fair. But we've been away this weekend, so we've had a go in it. We found out what problems we've got. I have already done some work to it, like I said, but let's show you. So what we've replaced the bongo with is this. This is a Peugeot Boxer. It's a 1999. It's a symbol, so it's an auto sleeper, purposely built sort of for camping, as a camper. Converted with the plastic windows and all that sort of stuff in, but I'm going to show you around it now. We'll flip the camera and you can see what. So we've got a high top with a Fiamma awning that winds out. We've got a Thetford toilet in there as well, sliding side door. We've got an aerial on top, as you can see there. Rear doors, somebody's removed the bike rack. Rear step on there. It's in not bad condition, to be honest. We bought it with 3 months MOT, and it is going to need work doing for the MOT. The seller did tell me that he took it for a pre-MOT and it needed nothing doing, but I don't think that's right. If you're going to take it for a pre-MOT, why not put 12 months on it and ask for more money? I'm going to spray these bumpers white. As you can see, they've been painted in the past black and it's come off. And you've got the grey study coming through there. There's a little bit of corrosion on the sills, which is why I think it will fail in MOT. But there has been a few more serious problems. Some of them I've already sorted out, some yet to sort out, but I'll show you them. We'll just have a quick look inside the van and then I'll talk you around the problems that we've had on it, and what we're going to do about them and what we've already done about some of them. Sliding side door, then you've got belted seats, 1, 2 and 3. This is your double bed or 2 singles. That slides out and you've got a bed there. This one slides forward and you've got a bed there. You got your holders for the tables. Oh, nearly fell over. 1, and there's one under this carpet here, so you can have a table there and a table there. It comes with 2 tables, a large one that's behind there and one that's in the cupboard here. Telly's in there, but there's a table down there as well, and we've got a full kitchen. We've got a 3 hob grill and oven. So it's a big upgrade on the bongo. We've got a nice sink there, and that's like an enamelled sink. We've got water, hot and cold, but no hot, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. 240 volt, all the blinds and fly screens. We've got the vents in the roof there. We've got 240 volt light, and then we've got 12 volt lights and our 12 volt system here as well, which shows you what we've got. We've got an empty tank because I emptied that for the way back from our journey. Little cupboard there. And then the nice thing about this is what it wants it for is it's got a little toilet and bathroom. The chairs are in there at the moment, but you can see you've got a toilet, sink there that pulls down. It's supposed to be hot and cold running water, I'll tell you about that, like I said. And we've got a shower with the shower curtain. Nice thing about this as well, when you put this door like this, you can fold this section out across here, shut the curtains, you've got a little room to get changed in. So we love that about it as well. And there's lots of storage up here, across there, under there, and under them to plug. It's got a gas heater which does work, and everything else inside here works. And then you've got a nice big area, comfortable seats with armrests. This one swivels round, place to hold your beer. Obviously not when you're driving, but when you're doing YouTube videos. Now I'm going to talk you through what the problems we've had so far and what the seller told us and what is the actual truth. So, like I said, the seller told us that he'd done miles and miles and miles in it. looking at the MOTs, it's only done a couple 100 miles in between MOTs. He told us he had it about 3 years, and when we looked on the on a HPI check, it said the last change of V5 ownership was 12 months. So looks like they had 12 months, gone to MOT, it maybe realised it wasn't going to pass an MOT and sold it before the MOT was out. Main problem that we wasn't told about when before we went to look at it was hunting. So you know, on your dashboard here, if you had a rev counter, it's going whom 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 like that, and it was doing that all the time, and it was cutting out. When we got to traffic lights and stopped, it was cutting out, and I said to the seller, what's going on here, and he says he's never done it before, but it probably had, and that was probably the reason he was selling it, because on a bit more questioning, he was telling me how his mechanic said you got to look at the spark plugs, the coil packs and all that sort of stuff, so he probably had asked somebody a question about it. He also told me the gearbox had been reconditioned, and it didn't crunch into gears. He wouldn't let me drive it, he wanted to test drive me around in it. It crunches into fourth, unless you shift super slowly. I've only not had it crunch into fourth 2 or 3 times. Every other time I've changed, it's crunched into fourth. So gearbox. Before we went away, I did a full service. So it's had sparks, it's had oil, it's had an oil filter, it's had a fuel filter. I changed the gearbox oil. Since I've changed the gearbox seems to have got noisy, but the oil that I took out the gearbox was very milky. I have done a video on that, which will be coming up soon. So that video with the milky gearbox change and all the oil service will be on after this one, and some other videos on other stuff we've done. Now I'll show you what else was a problem. In fact, before I show you the other problems, I will show you how I solved the hunting issue. First we've got to release the bonnet before we can put it up. The bonnet release in these is here. So where is he? Right there. Let us just get the stick out, put that on my head. There's the stick. It's very hard with one hand to do these sort of things. Ow. Right. So, issue was this here, that one there, which is a vacuum, didn't have a pipe on it and just had tape around it trying to close it, because I think the pipe had split and come off. They didn't know what pipe had come off because the pipe was dangling down there, so they just taped it up. So we've got a vacuum issue which was over fueling it like no man's business, and the cabin was filling with petrol fumes. I thought it got an exhaust leak when I first went to drive it, and I said I think it's got an exhaust leak, but it was over fueling so badly that the fuel was passing the pistons and going into the sump. So then when we checked the oil, it got petrol in there and it rose quite a bit, so that was a problem. But just by doing that and stopping the overfueling, stopped the hunting on the revs, and it's also stopped the fumes, and it stopped any fuel going into the sump. So if you have a hunting issue, check that, because after that MAF sensor there, which senses how much air is coming in, if it's pulling in air after that, it doesn't know what's happening, it starts overfueling and you start getting problems like that. Also, this pipe has been taped. I've retaped it because it was taped and it had come off, but it's got a little split in it after the airbox, so it's taking non-clean air into the engine. But I've taped that and fixed that with a bit of tape, but we'll get a proper pipe for that when I've got a chance. It had new spark plugs, it had new oil, and it had new gearbox oil. The belts look okay. In the history, it has had a cam belt recently. You can see down the other side there, this was another issue. You can also see that this has been standing for a long time. If you can see stuff like this, it's been standing for a long time. He told me he'd been driving about for ages. I don't think he had. You just got to be aware when you're buying things. I mean, they were saying like the nicest old couple you've ever met, but I think it was just all make-believe. The other thing that happened is when I turned the pump on, which turned on up here, it wouldn't go off, it just kept going. The tap just kept running and running and running. So I had to take these apart and put a new seal in that one to stop that happening. So that is fixed. It has got a charger which is in there. The water heater that I'm going to replace is under there, so I had to take all of this apart. But like I say, that is in a video. But we're pretty happy with it. It's damn noisy at the moment because of the gearbox. Like I say, I serviced the gearbox and put new oil in it. I'm unsure why that's made it noisy, but it seems to have. So what I'm going to do is change it again and look at putting some of that the oil stabilizer in there for gearboxes. It's like a syrupy stuff. Hopefully it'll prolong the life of the gearbox, and then I'll probably have to look at putting a new gearbox in it. But all in all, it's a better fit for us than the bongo it was. So if you did watch videos for the bongo, please don't unsubscribe, because there's going to be content on the channel on this that is probably still sort of relevant to the bongo. The diesel heaters, we might put a diesel heater and get rid of that gas heater. I'm going to definitely put solar panels on so you can watch them, because we want a bit of 12 volt for off grid stuff. What else are we going to do? Yeah, obviously we're going to do the water heater, which could be relevant to people as well. And there's going to be a welding. There's always welding. Whoever said this would pass an MOT if you did take it anywhere, which I highly doubt, but if you did take it anywhere, it definitely, I don't think it would have passed an MOT. Yet again, I bought a van with an MOT. They probably shouldn't have had an MOT. But that seems to be a theme at the moment with anything that I buy. So anyway, lots of videos to come on this. We'll just do you a quick video of the outside and a quick look around. So if you want to watch that, and then like and subscribe and watch our future videos on things on this. More videos coming on Land Rovers, more videos on the Bentley, the Jag. Probably do something on the Spitfire and the Rover soon as well. But please keep watching. We'll see you in the next one.